Hello, and welcome to Outdoor School Anywhere. My name is Copper.
And I'm Akila, and today we're going to be teaching you about soil. For this lesson, you will need your whiteboard and a dry erase marker. So take some time to go ahead and grab that. Awesome. So at the end of our lesson today, soil scientists, you will be able to identify 4 different ingredients that make up soil, determine if soil is a renewable resource, make descriptive observations of a soil sample. What is soil? Something we want to address when talking about soil is that soil is not dirt. They are 2 separate things. Dirt is misplaced soil. When you get soil on your shoes, it becomes dirt. Hence, it has become dirty. Soil is capable of growing plants and providing support to an ecosystem. You can't grow a tree from the dirt on your shoe.
What is a renewable resource? There are 2 different types of resources. The first type is renewable. They are natural resources that will be able to renew themselves in the span of a human lifetime. Some examples of renewable resources are water, sunlight, wind, and even plants. The second type of resource is called non-renewable. These are natural substances that don't replenish themselves at the speed in which they are consumed. They are not able to be replaced within our lifetime. This is what's known as a finite resource. They take millions of years to renew themselves, and I don't know anyone that's lived that long. Some examples of this are fossil fuels, which are oil, and some rocks. Here we have an example of soil. This was taken from the very top of the soil, which is called the duff layer. We're going to be writing some observations down on our whiteboards. Let's take a closer look. What are you noticing? What are you observing? What colors do you see? Does it look wet? Okay, we're going to move on, but if you're still writing in your journal, that's totally fine. Pause the video here and continue when you're done observing this image. Here's another sample of soil. This handful of soil is taken a bit further down than the last image. This soil is from what's called the topsoil. Let's notice some things about this. Go ahead and make some more notes or observations on your whiteboard. What are you noticing? Do you see anything alive? Or maybe not alive? What do you think it feels like? What else do you notice about this soil? What do you wonder about it? What does it remind you of? Okay, it's time to move on. But again, if you're still working and writing down these observations, go ahead and pause this video here and then continue when you're ready.
Now that you've made your observations, let's take a look at the ingredients of healthy topsoil. You may have noticed some of these things in your observations. To help you remember these ingredients, we have presented them in a way that spells out soil. The first ingredient being air or space, space or air. The second ingredient is organic material. For this, our definition of an organic material is something that is alive, was alive, or may become alive again. Plants are an example of an organic material. The third is inorganic material, which is the opposite of organic. Inorganic materials are things that are not alive, never were alive, and never will be alive, hopefully. Rocks are an example. And finally, liquid. In this case, it's water. Now, you notice on the right side is a box of percentages. Each of these percentages belong to each ingredient in the recipe for healthy topsoil. Let's take a guess. Where do you think each percentage belongs? Does space take up 5%? Does liquid maybe make up 45%? What about those two 25%? Take some time, make some guesses on your whiteboard. Awesome. Now let's reveal the true recipe. Space is 25%. Organic is 5%. Inorganic is 45%. And liquid is 25%. Nice job. Is there anything about this that surprised you? Now that we know the recipe, what do you say we make some soil? I have here this rock. Is it alive? No. Was it alive? No. Is it ever going to be alive? Probably not. So this will be my inorganic material. Next, I have this wood cookie. Is it alive? No. Was it alive? Yes. So it does count as an organic material. Then I'll need some space. Got plenty of that. Finally, with liquid. I've got this handy water bottle right here. Is this soil in my hand? It really doesn't look like soil. What am I missing here? What needs to happen to these ingredients to make it into soil? Well, I'll tell you what. There is a secret silent ingredient, and that secret ingredient is time. Time is our missing ingredient. We may need to update that soil acronym later. In Oregon, it takes 100 years to make 1 inch of topsoil. What kinds of things might affect the time it takes to make topsoil? Things like temperatures and maybe the location might be factors. Deserts and mountains might take longer. Based on that information, is soil a renewable resource? No, it's not. You're not going to be able to really grow many trees in 1 inch of soil. Well done. Now let's talk about our field work. Here is a video of our friend Swine doing a soil dissection. Please pause the video when Swine gets to about phase 3. So then we can continue to talk about our field work.
All right, now it's your turn. You're going to be doing what Swine just did, but you're going to be doing it for your own field work. This is something that you'll be sharing in your next class. So let's go ahead and get started. From your science kit, you're going to need your magnifying glass, your tape measure, tweezers, crayons, your pencil, and of course, your field study notebook. You can pause this video here while you go and collect these things, and then hit play when you're ready to go.
The first step is to collect or expose a handful of soil from a place of your choosing. Some examples can be your yard, a house plant, a molehill, or a nearby park.
Now that we have our soil, we're going to go ahead and bring it inside for a closer look. The important part will be to place your soil on a surface that is light enough in color so you're able to see your soil well, because we're about to dissect it. Your whiteboard would work well, or you could use a piece of blank paper. Please remember that soil will stain, so putting it on anything that you or your family cares about, such as your wooden table, will stain.
Step 3. Use your hand lens and tweezers to start your dissection. Use your other senses as well. Touch it, smell it, maybe not taste it, but definitely look at it.
The final step of this process is to observe the soil. Just like we did before, we're going to take a closer look and answer some questions. Take out your field study notebook and turn to page 6. You should find a blank white page there. Go ahead and record what you're finding. Where did you get your sample? What colors do you see? Is there organic matter, anything that was living or might even still be living? Describe the texture. Is it cold, wet, dry, slimy? Is it loose or compact? Is there anything inorganic in your sample? Something that has never been alive, such as a rock, or even garbage like plastic? Now, if you have the ability to, go ahead and take a picture of your soil to share it in your next class. If not, drawing a picture of your soil will work just as well.
All right. Good luck out there. Have fun, be fun.
Thanks, y'all. Bye.